Alright, what's up guys? This is Glemplil here, and today we're going to discuss the newest PvP server coming out. It's called Tel'Abim. It's a PvP server and it's hosted by Turtle meaning it's going to be a Classic Plus server. I'm so excited for it. It releases in just 8 days, the 27th of October. And today I just wanted to discuss a little bit about the classes. Now this video is only going to focus on the PvP aspect of the server. I simply do not care about PvE beyond getting gear. So what we're going to discuss here is just a little bit of a pros and cons and what you can choose if your focus is world PvP in particular. Because I'm not going to rank either. What I want with this server is just to finally be able to experience the world again. Experience the Azeroth world and enjoy the world PvP. So that's my goal, and that's what we're going to discuss here. Another reason I want to discuss it is simply because I'm still not sure what I want to play. I think I'm going to make a lot of alts because it's so much fun you can play. But let's just start out with the most obvious one, right? We got the Undead Mage. Now, the Undead Mage is basically, the Mage is just the most OP class in the game. OP class in the game. Now, for world PvP in particular, you have all the CC, you have a lot of damage, and you have so much survivability. This makes Mage the most ideal class for farming PvP clips, for example, because there's so many instances where you can survive very narrow situations, instances where you can do 2 versus 1, maybe even 3 versus 1 if the opponents aren't that good. This class is the most skill capped in terms of it gives you the highest ceiling. You know, if you play a priest, for example, you can do a lot of cool stuff, but if 2 rogues go on you as a priest, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do. It's just the nature of the game. It's the rock, paper, scissors nature of the game. However, with the mage, you got double ice block, you got frost novas, you got cone cold, you got the blinks, you got so many tools in your kit to either kill them or to survive yourself. Because let's face it, the most humiliating thing in World of Warcraft PvP is dying. As a priest, for example, let's say 2 rogues gank you, or a rogue gank you. People that you're fighting against, that you have a grudge against, you know, that's the beauty of vanilla. You get grudges, you get rivalries. Now, no matter what you say, you can say to him, oh, I'm a priest, that's why you won. He's not going to care. You're dead, he's alive. It's that simple, right? So, as I said, mages, they have almost no drawback. I guess the only drawback you can give a mage is the fact that they can be quite boring. Because you're so OP at the time. But overall, mage is insane. Now, when it comes to choosing the race for the mage, if you're gonna go alliance, just go gnome. Just go gnome, man. Seriously. Just go gnome. Just go gnome. The escape artist is one of the strongest racials in the game, if not the strongest. For Horde, you can either go, on Turtle you can go Undead, or you can go the Orc. Now the Orc, it gives you 25 stun resist, which is always nice, always welcome, but it's not so crucial for a mage because of Blink. I much rather prefer the Will of the Forsaken. Now, the next class, you have Priest. Priest can be very strong in World PvP if you go Shadow or Tri-Spec. I haven't played Shadow, but I played a lot of Tri-Spec. Tri-Spec is one of the most fun specs in the game. You're so strong in every department. Plus, this spell is one of the coolest spells in the game. Being able to dispel friendly and enemy spells is so strong. Problem, as I said with Priest, is that in certain situations, there's just no way you can win. If you're getting ganged up by a hunter and a rogue, for example, there's just nothing you can do. You're just dead. So that's something to keep in mind. With the priest, sometimes you just have to sit there and accept that you're gonna die because you chose to roll a priest. It's that simple. It will be really sick if they allow the orc priest, but they're not gonna do that. Yeah, also I'm gonna focus a lot on the horde side of this video because I'm going 100% horde. Then you have the rogue. You don't really have to say much about rogue, guys. Everybody knows rogues. Warlocks. If you're gonna go warlock on horde and your main focus is PvP, I highly recommend going orc. I highly recommend it. The 25% stun resist plus the 10% base resist just makes orc warlock so strong. Yes, you're gambling on getting a 1-3 stun resist, It's a lot better than gambling on getting a 1/10 or 1/20th stun resist, depending if it's 5 or 10% base stun resist that all characters have. So if you're gonna go Orc on Horde, if you're gonna go Warlock on Horde side, please go Orc. It is so strong. And especially since Alliance have a lot of rogues, but they also will have a lot of paladins on Turtle WoW, because the Retribution paladins on Turtle WoW are absolutely bonkers. They do so much DPS and they have so much burst, and there's no way you can resist it. So that's a very good thing about as well. Of course, you can dispel it as an Orc, as a Warlock. You can dispel the stun as well, but just having that base stun resist makes the Warlock so much tankier, so much beefier, so much more able to survive. And that's the whole point, in my opinion, of World PvP especially. You have to survive to win. And nobody cares how you died, or because you, oh, I'm undead, if I was Orc, yeah, I would have won. Nobody cares about that, bro. All that matters is, are you dancing on the corpse of your enemy, or is your enemy dancing on your corpse? That's all that matters in World of Warcraft vanilla PvP. So that's basically the three, in my opinion, these three. Rogue, Mage, Warlock. Three strongest World PvP classes by far. Not by far, but these are like the main three, right? Then you have the Hunter. Now the thing about the Hunter is that the majority of Hunter players don't really PvP, and they're not really good at PvP. However, a Hunter is so strong in World PvP. You got the three main things. You got the Scatter Shot, you got the Trap, you got the Feign Death, and you got the Viper Sting, right? These four spells alone are sick. Then you add in the fact that you have a pet. You're gonna have Broken Tooth that does like one attack every second. That's gonna be insane pushback on casters. Plus, you do enough damage, especially because this server right here is going to have BVL as the furthest released raid content. And Hunters in that BVL area are insane, because they have enough stamina, they have enough intellect, they have enough stats, and they also do enough damage to others. The problem later in game when AQ and Nax comes out is the fact that Hunters don't do enough damage, and other classes like Priests, Mages, Warlocks are starting to do insane amount of damage. So Hunter is very strong for this server, especially in the start. What you have to remember though, is if you're going to go Horde Hunter, you're gonna face an insane amount of paladins. And facing an insane amount of paladins as a Hunter is one of the most frustrating things ever, because they can dispel your Viper Sting for like 100 mana of the cleanse cost, dispel your Viper Sting every single time, plus you do no damage. You do no. I've played a lot of Hunter. When you try and hit the paladin, you do no damage against that plate man. You do no damage. It's the most frustrating thing ever. So I would personally recommend, and if I was personally gonna make a Hunter, I would go Alliance and I would go Night Elf. The reason I would go Night Elf is because of the Shadow Meld. Because of the Shadow Meld, you can go stealth alongside your pet. It is one of the coolest things in the game in PvP. You can go stealth. Imagine World PvP, man. You can go stealth and sit and eat as a Hunter. With your pet as well. It's not like you're sitting stealthed and your pet beside you is just giving away your position. No. Your pet is also stealthed. And that pet is bis for PvP. So I would highly recommend going Hunter in general. It's a great class. It's a great fun class for PvP. But if I was gonna make it myself, I'd go Alliance, just because of the sheer amount of paladins. Because these paladins, keep in mind, paladins on Turtle WoW not only survive all your damage and dispel all your Viper Stings, they also do an insane amount of damage on this server. So I would highly recommend going Alliance Hunter. If you're gonna go Horde Hunter, go Orc. Actually, I take that back. I'm not sure what's best. Undead Hunter has the Will of the Forsaken. You don't really need the stun resist as a Hunter, because you're gonna beat all the rogues as a Hunter in general, right? You beat rogues all the time without stun resist. So that might be a good idea to maybe try, if you're gonna go Horde Hunter, to try it the Undead, because then you have nothing against fear as a Hunter in general, but as the Undead you have it. So these are like the four classes: the Rogue, the Mage, the Warlock, the Hunter. these 4 classes, in my opinion, are like the 4 main classes. If what you love is the PvP and world PvP and you don't want to die, you want to win the games. In addition, priest is very interesting as well, but just keep in mind, as a priest, you need a lot of gear to play tri-spec. Tri-spec is, in my opinion, the best spec and the coolest spec to play if you're going to be a PvPer, because that's the only spec in Vanilla WoW that allows you to be a hybrid at a good level. So I highly recommend priest as well. Just keep in mind you're going to need a lot of gear to be competitive. So there you have it. That's just my quick thoughts on the classes for this server. It releases in 8 days, as I said. I hope all you guys watching this video can comment under the video which class are you going and which race are you going and why, because I'm very interested to see what people are going to do on this server. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming my journey on the Turtle WoW PvP server. My Twitch is twitch.tv/glemtlul. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you soon.